cup with a double styrofoam cup.
Acid Happy.
What's up, everybody? It is Acid Happy with Happy Days Productions, and I've got my bestie here with us. She's gonna help me with the stuff in the background and co-hosting today. So we're gonna get started here shortly. I just now noticed as we went live that um, I went into the wrong studio somehow. Apparently, I don't know. Restream has been acting really, really funky the last few days. So we are actually not interviewing Skilla today. We're interviewing the Chef Jester, which it is paneling across the bottom of the screen here. And I have my edits correct in here, but for some reason, the description and the title of the video changed last second. So I'm not sure. We're having a lot of technical issues with Restream. Anywho, I appreciate you guys so much for coming in, and I want to remind everybody to share this shit out real quick. Make sure we get the spamily up in here, and I'm gonna bring our guest on. What's up?
What's up?
So you want to tell us your name and a little bit about yourself while we get everybody up in here?
I mean, my bad. I'm kind of nervous, but it's all good. Everybody calls me Jester. My real name's Kenny. I'm originally from Washington State.
All right, all right, all right. So, what would you prefer us to call you? You want us to call you Chef Jester? What's up with it?
Jester. I mean, that's what I go by.
Okay,
What
we
up,
got Zach.
Zach? I see you. Whoop whoop.
All right. All right, Jester. So, you said you're from Washington, if I'm correct?
Yeah, a little town called Wenatchee.
Okay. So, is that where you're originally from? Is that where you grew up?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Have you ever lived anywhere else other than Washington? Any other states?
I've lived in Tennessee. I've lived in Idaho, South Carolina, and now I currently live in North Carolina.
All right. That's cool. That's cool. So I see you've got family in the comments. You're welcome to shout them out. I think that's great. Thank you guys again so much for being here and supporting and coming showing them some love. Uh anyways, so do you have any plans to move anywhere else with your family? Got any goals in mind, dreams, hobbies that are not hobbies, dreams that you want to get out to a certain city or state and live in and settle down in?
Um, I I kind of want to live out in the country, but not far enough away from a city that it's like hours. But I definitely want to get out of North Carolina because it's just the laws and the way they run everything here is kind of ridiculous. Like for instance, a lot of states when they do a background check, they're only allowed to go back like 10 or 15 years. No, North Carolina is allowed to go back to the day you were born.
Wow. So from my understanding of that, you don't have anything expunged when you turn 18?
You do, but they're allowed to. This state is allowed to go back when till everywhere somehow.
Wow.
Yeah, they actually denied my wife a call center job because they found a felony that was like 17 years old and told her that they're not a fit or she's not a fit for the position.
Wow. That's crazy. That sounds like it's fucking menacing to even try to find work or anything like that in that state. That's intimidating.
What's up, Miss Lauren? I see you.
Gotta have a squeaky clean record there. Move to Maine. Zach Pachilla says move to Maine. What's so
Yeah,
good about Maine?
yeah, what's so good about Maine, Zach? Tell me about Maine besides you guys freeze every year. And I moved away from Washington because I don't like freezing every year. Washington State and Idaho, both of those two states, when it comes to snow, it's insane. Like my wife's first winter in Idaho. It was 72 degrees out in the morning. We went back outside at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was 3 feet of snow, and it was 30.
Oh my god.
Apparently, that type of weather is perfect for potatoes.
Yeah. But the crazy thing about Idaho's potatoes is you can't buy Idaho potatoes in stores in the state of Idaho.
Why? That's
They
so
outsource.
weird.
They make more. They make more money outsourcing them. The bigger companies do.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I can see that.
Like the franchise five guys. They've got a big contract with all the potato growers in Idaho and whatnot to use just their potatoes.
Yeah. Okay.
That makes sense. Maine grows some big taters too. That's what Zach Pacillo says.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Shout out, guys. Share the shit outs, family. I know you guys are on it.
Yeah, come on, Spammy, where y'all at?
I know you guys are in it. Matter of fact, I'm about to hop off screen for just a second and share the link to the Spamly group chats. That
Please
way,
do. You realize me and you are in a group chat together. What up, TZ? Whoop whoop. Tell mom I said thank you, babe.
all right, I am back. Ooh, my face looks distorted, and we are here.
Yeah,
Heck yeah,
you froze.
the bros are in it. I see everybody. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Family. All right, we got the whole crew up in here. So
Love you
tell
too,
us,
Chevy.
tell, tell us a little bit about the people that you invited in. Do you see any of your friends, family, or people in here that
um,
you want to talk to real
I
quick?
invited my wife. She's here. She's the one that says Chevy says love you, Daddy. That's my son.
Oh,
I invited everybody really.
heck
Like
yeah.
the
Yeah.
minute you sent me that link, I shared it to everybody that like I'm on a car audio team. I sent it to all of them. So yeah, I sent it to quite a few people.
Heck yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
Well, I
where is
hope
Gold? Zach, go tell Gold to get in here, man.
share that link out. You guys know what to do. Go
Where's the
get everybody.
homie at?
Go gather them up, everybody. Anyways, if you want, you can go ahead and tell us, a little bit more about yourself, maybe your age, if you want to share your zodiac sign.
I'm
You said you have
37.
kids.
Yeah, I do. I've got one full. Well, yeah, I've got 3 kids, 2 of which are step, but they're still my kids. One's well, I always mess this up. One's 22. One's 19, and then my 7-year-old.
Aw.
Um, I'm a Taurus. I'm bullheaded. A lot of people don't like my attitude or the way that I come off. What's up, Amanda?
A lot of tourists are bullheaded, and that's okay because that's just in your nature. It's
But see,
understandable.
it is. But see, the thing is I always give somebody uh I give somebody a chance, and then they mess up that chance. It's done for. It's over with. Like I don't tolerate bullying of any kind. That's one thing that I'm a very huge advocate for. I myself was bullied as a child.
That's completely understandable. And and being an advocating for bullying goes a lot further than just, oh, school, high school bullying. That goes for, adults can bully each other too, and that goes for
Yeah.
online bullying and harassment. There's a big umbrella when it comes to that stuff, and I just want to kind of jump on that same page and say that I'm on the same boat in all aspects of bullying and any sort of harassment or negativity. Don't mess with the tourists and their food. We've got a lot of we got a lot of people. Actually, somebody asked a question. They said, "What's your favorite thing to
Yeah,
make, chef?"
that's Miss Lauren. That's actually Zach's wife. She's the boss, as you can see by her name.
Boss Pachillo.
Yep, yep. Um, my favorite thing to cook. That's really a hard one because it's a toss up between my Cornish game hens or steak. Just
Okay.
steak. Like I'm a beast at steak. I can make somebody a very well done steak that you can tear apart with your fingers that is still so tender. So like
Well, that sounds good. Now, can I ask, when it comes to that being your favorite, why is it your favorite? Is it the flavor, the way it tastes, or is it just the cooking it itself that you enjoy?
it I enjoy all of it. With me it's the fact that I mean I'm a very outspoken and creative individual if you ask me. Um I like the fact that I can be creative with something, and with the Cornish game hen, it's not just the game hen that draws me to that dish. It's also the stuffing, which the stuffing I make a wild rice and apple dressing and stuff it.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, is that something that you do regularly every time you make steak, or is this like a special occasion?
When I make steak, I make anything with steak. Like you can throw a steak at me, and I'll
Well, yeah, but like your sides, is this
oh, my
something that you
sides for steak.
Yeah,
I
you
usually
say
make
and stuff, so, like,
Brussels sprouts. No,
Oh, go
every time I make steak, I usually make Brussels sprouts and baked potatoes. And the way I cook my Brussels sprouts is I cook them down with bacon, and then I add a balsamic glaze over the top of it and cook them down some more.
Okay. Is it like a tiny chicken? I don't know
Yes,
what
it is. Boss Patello, yes. A Cornish game hen is a tiny chicken. That's exactly what it is.
Okay. A little, like this? A tiny chicken. I'm trying to
Yeah,
picture that.
they're about that big
Okay, tiny
in total.
chicken. So he's a chef, like cook? His family chef hello.
Yep, I sure am.
I love that.
Um, to answer that, TJ, I've never went to school. Um, I don't feel the need to go to school because I don't want to be told something that I've been doing my whole life, and then somebody come along the lines and be like, "Hey, guess what? You're doing it all wrong," and I'm just gonna be like, "Excuse you?"
Especially if it's good and, you get good reactions from the things that you make. Why change it?
Yeah, like my friend Amanda, she's the one that's she commented a couple times. And then my wife, one of their favorite dishes that I've made so far is my shrimp pasta with a white wine garlic lemon sauce. But it's a cream sauce and everybody loves it.
Okay. So, how do you go about making that, if you wanna tell us? You don't now when I ask you to tell us, like, to how you make this stuff, you don't have to give out your exact recipes or anything like that if you don't want to. But, some people out there might actually be interested in how you make these things, and this could be a reference if they ever wanted to try to do it at home.
What about my ramen pajama pants?
He wears a Robin
That's my
pajama.
wife. I actually that's what I have on is my ramen pajama pants.
That's so cool. It's like she knew. That's cute.
Yep.
That's so cute. I love that. We eat shrimp pasta about once or twice a month.
Yep. With that meal, I if you have a very hyper sense of smell, I do not recommend anybody being around when I cook that because I have to cook down a whole bottle of white wine. Like I reduce it, and in doing so, it releases all of the alcohol into the air.
Ah, that makes sense. Probably
So
doesn't
yeah,
smell very good.
when I do that, I make sure the kid's up in his room, and I open up our back door and have all the any and all fans on possible.
Yes, yes.
When's the
Where's your
cooking show coming out?
uh
I've been wanting to do something, and I've talked to Acid Happy here about it, and there's a possibility that we might be working something out.
yes, yes. A lot of people, in the community, we see so many artists of different nature. We see a lot of, graphic designers, producers, musicians on this show. But this episode in particular is a topic and, type of artistry we've never really gotten into or discussed on the show. And you've got such a loving community of people and so many
Thank you,
supporters,
Jacob.
obviously, here in the comments that are out here.
Oh
And it would be
yeah,
cool for you to, be able to come on and possibly share some of these recipes, but not just talking about them. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be just, oh, I'm going to tell you how to do it. It would be more of a, I can show you firsthand while we're live what we're doing. And,
yeah,
firsthand experience. That would be really cool to incorporate that at some points, and it really might be something in the works
yeah.
because it would be more than a series, I guess you could say. It would be like, oh, not necessarily a pre-recorded cooking show, but actually something that you guys can engage with, ask questions with, and as well as, see different aspects of things and have things explained in that aspect
I
of
mean, I can
how you
teach
cook.
Zach how to cook.
Teach Zach how to cook. That would be interesting.
I can.
He could
I've taught quite a few people how to cook.
You you could be the chef alone teacher, the cooking instructor.
Yep, that'd be interesting. I've actually entered into favorite chef of America, and as of right now, I'm one of 100 chosen in the U.S. to be on Top Chef of America.
No way. That's so cool.
Yeah,
That's so cool. Congratulations on that opportunity. I hope that that really does work out for you and that, you get that. I will be rooting for you the whole freaking way, and so will the whole family team.
oh yeah.
He can't cook steak great, so I got to do it. I cooked for
Man, it's
11
so
years.
easy. Steak is the
So
easiest thing to cook. I can give everybody the easiest way to cook a steak, and you'll never be able to mess it up. Never.
see,
You
that
can
would be good.
you can
Go.
take the toughest cut of steak, get you a regular household fork, stab the crap out of it, slather it with butter, season on top of the butter, flip it over, do it to the same, but both sides. Throw it in the skillet, cook it how you want it. It's done. All that butter sinks into the steak as it's cooking.
Oh, that sounds good. And I'm sure the puncture wounds on the steak help with the tenderization and such.
Yep.
Low and slow, baby. Low and slow. I love it. You guys are great. So What I guess I want to ask, what was your first dish? Do you remember cooking your first dish? I want to know about the backstory of this now.
I don't remember cooking my first dish, but I came up in a very rough childhood. I had to start cooking for myself at the age of 12.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's just been a journey since then for myself. I enjoy looking at something going, what do I have here? Okay, I've got this, this, and this. Okay, I can make a meal. I've
I
always
love
been on a I've always budgeted too. And that's one thing a lot of people look at me, they're like, "Hey, we're gonna go grocery shop and we're going to, Walmart, for instance." And I'm like, "No. Have fun going there. You're gonna spend twice as much as I am, and I'm gonna get twice the amount of food as you." But where are you going? And I tell them, and they're like, no, no, that don't work. Well, why? Because it's a low end store. But I'm buying the same name brand product that you are for half the price, bud. Which one do you want to go for?
right, 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 and well, here's the thing about cooking nowadays and budgeting. More than likely, people my age are going to opt out and go get a fast food meal that's going to cost more, if not just as much as it would be to go purchase ingredients, even from a more expensive stores like fucking Kmart or Kroger's or Walmart or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They're gonna ultimately spend more on fast food in the long run than going grocery shopping or finding a locally owned grocery store or marketplace to go buy vegetables and meat and products that might not look aesthetically the same and aesthetically as pleasing that you'd find in the supermarket, but would
Mhm.
taste better. Literally, they will taste better than going and getting stuff from the fast food places or going to, Walmart, Kroger, et cetera, and getting the same old fucking box rice and mac and cheese and shit,
Now, bringing up mac and cheese, it's actually kind of funny. And this was something and I'm not gonna lie, I was stoned out of my mind, and 90% of my concoctions happen when I'm stoned. Um,
That's when the stoner brain is the best time to make snacks.
and I've got a see. The thing is I've got a whole recipe book for a food truck already planned out.
Okay.
Like I've got some of my own creations that I'm gonna be selling, and a lot of people hear about it and they're like, "Wait a minute, what?" For instance, do you like bacon?
Yes.
Okay, I have a creation that I made called Carnival Bites or Carney Bites, either one. I take pre-cooked bacon, batter it in sweetened waffle batter, and deep fry it.
That sounds like it would be good as fuck though.
It is.
And you could take even powdered sugar and like sprinkle it on top of it. That would be so
Serve it,
good.
serve it with maple syrup, warmed up maple syrup to dip it in.
Oh
But
yes. That would be so good. It's almost like breakfast cake pops. That sounds so dope.
yep. What up, Gold?
There we go. Finally found the right link. At first,
Whoop
it was
whoop.
the wrong link. Oh, it wouldn't let him comment. We
Yeah,
got
no,
everybody.
my friend Amanda was having the same issue. She's in the comments now. When she went on, and my wife was having the same issue. They
Hmm.
went to go on, and all it showed was your intro screen, and it's told them it was still counting down.
Oh, that's weird. Huh. That is so weird. Yeah, we've been having a lot of, like I said when we started, we've been having a lot of technical issues the last few days, probably about for a week and a half now with Restream. It's not been letting guests connect correctly, and then the links are freaking dead and just stupidity. I have no idea what's going on with it.
Yeah,
We might be transferring to StreamYard soon. I don't know, guys. But yeah, moving
just let me
forward.
know. Either way, let me know. I'm always available for more interviews and questions if you have them.
Oh, absolutely. We're definitely going to have you come back on. And I'd like to even possibly arrange you teaching us how to cook some sort of summer or spring based meal that would be easy for us to cook at home, something like that. And like I'd actually like to be able to sit and ask questions and watch how it's done and incorporate
Okay.
your wife's children's whatever you got to do to make it possible. But that would be really cool. I think it would
Let
be
me
really, really cool.
let me see if I can get the little one to come here real quick.
All right.
Come here. Come here. Come say hi. Hi.
Hello. Oh, he's so handsome.
His name is
What's up,
Chevy Blaze.
Chevy? I like that.
Thank
All
you.
right. Hey, I like your shirt.
Thanks.
It's a pretty blue. So, what's his favorite meal that Dad makes?
That's a hard one. He's a picky eater. His thing is for the longest time he wouldn't try new things at all.
Aw.
Um, I don't know. I really wouldn't know how to answer that. I know that his favorite thing that his mom makes is her baked mac and cheese. Like he can tear up a half a pan of that himself if you let him.
That's good. At least we know he likes something.
Oh yeah, no, he's expanding his horizons a little bit more. It's because of textures.
Yes, of course. Everyone's got
Yeah.
sensory in some shape or form, there's nothing wrong with that.
Thank you.
Heck yeah. We've got Razor in the comments. What up, Razor? So, what when it comes to making some good summertime snacks or anything like that, maybe for the kiddos, what do you think your favorite thing to whip up, like to cool down after a hot day would be?
um, just a bowl of fruit, really. Like cut up fruit, keep it nice and chilled. That's always
Like a
been my favorite thing to snack on is any type of fruit. Like anytime I go to the grocery store, even in the off season, there's certain things. If I see it, I'm like, nope, I have to have it. I don't care how much it is. I'm buying it.
Heck yeah. See, I like a lot of fruit in the summer times too. One of my favorite things to do is to make like a little fruit salad and keep it
Yeah.
out there just so that I can open the fridge door, take a grape or a piece of watermelon or something and go on about my day.
She wants to. My wife. She said, "I need you to expand your horizon and get to making sushi." That's funny.
You can't make sushi or you don't want to make
No,
sushi?
I can't.
Well, is that one of the things that you'd like to learn how to make?
It is eventually. Like I've got my horizon for cooking is I can cook soul, and a lot of people think I'm crazy when I tell them this, but I can cook some great soul food. I can cook Cajun. I can cook. Trying to say I can cook Hispanic food. I can cook German food. I can cook, certain different like I can cook Jamaican foods.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. So, okay,
Oh,
here's
my
a big
drunken watermelon, the drunken watermelon.
what is the drunken watermelon?
Exactly what it sounds like.
A drunk watermelon?
You take just plain either vodka or gin, cut a hole inside of the watermelon, pour it out, stick the bottle in there, set it up right, leave it in the fridge until that alcohol drains down into there. Take a blender, stick it like cut a bigger hole out, stick it down in there, slush it up, put it into a cup, and have fun.
Oh, heck yeah, that
Hope
sounds
you have
pretty
nothing planned for the next day.
good. Nothing planned for the next day. Heck yeah. That sounds
Yeah.
good. It sounds like a fun time. Uh-oh. Oh, he's gaming. So what do you think? Do you have any other like fun experimental um what would you say recipes that you'd like to share?
Um, well, I mean, I make a cheese stuffed meatloaf.
A cheese stuffed meatloaf. That goes exactly against the question that was just asked you.
What was the question that just asked?
He said, "Hey, question, homie. Any good non-dairy recipes? I'm trying to kick the cheese and all that after
Not
years."
non-dairy. Who's asking?
My dude Razorback. He is one of the awesome juggalos, or one of the people in this awesome community that support here.
Yo, Razorback, if you're on Facebook, man, hit me up on Facebook and I'll see what I can dig through my archives. I've got plenty of recipes, homie. I can shoot you some.
Heck yeah, you heard that, Razor. So hit him up. And anyone else interested in having him added or networking and connecting, he's all over my Facebook. I've got him tagged in a few posts from our for our upcoming events and stuff. So you guys should be able to go find the event posts, and his page will be tagged right in the post itself. So
Oh,
it's I think the gesture. What is it? What's your
the
Facebook?
the Jester Team FOFA. It stands for
There you.
Team Forbidden Fabrications. It's a car audio team that I'm on.
Oh heck yeah, that's cool. All right.
Yeah,
So,
no problem, Razor. I got you, bro. Ain't no thing but a chicken wang.
thing but a chicken wing. All right. So, is there anything else that you do other than cooking? Any fun hobbies that you get into or spend your time doing?
I draw. I do tattoos. Car audio.
Heck, heck yeah.
I like to go
So, do
fishing.
you want to tell us? You want to tell us a little bit about that stuff? Your audios, your tattoos, drawing, and fishing.
um, no, can't. I'm not leaving. Why did? Wow, they tried to have me leave the site. That was weird.
Uh
What
oh.
up, Gold? I see you, buddy.
I love this family comments. You guys are awesome.
As far as tattooing, I was taught by an uncle of mine that had passed. Right, rest in peace, Stony. Uh, he taught me about 13 to 14 years ago, and I picked it back up a while back, and it's something I enjoy doing. I started off drawing, which you obviously have to start somewhere, and with everything for creativity and artwork in general.
Yes. Heck yeah. So, do you do tattoos as your main occupation, or is it just like a side
Just
hustle, or just something
just
you
a
do
side
to stay
hustle.
connected? Heck
And
yeah.
and I'm not
I can
like all these shops around here. I'm not gonna charge you like for instance the area I'm in. A lot of shops they have like $100 minimum, $120 minimum. No, if you come to me with something that's like this big, I might charge you like $40 depending on detail.
wow. That's a good deal. That's a good
Like
deal.
right before the interview, I was actually kind of stressed and hoping everything went well. And thank whoever was watching at that moment that they did so.
Heck yeah. Definitely so. And another thing before the show was the studio not working right. That's why I wanted you to be in here so early, because I was so stressed that it wasn't going to work, because it hasn't been working for us the last couple
I
of
mean, I
days.
mean, it just had to
So
be fingered out, and we got on.
yes, absolutely. free ink and free food. I'm fat and tatted. Oh, she sounds happy with her life.
She is.
That's
She's
good.
been
I
here
love that.
for everything. That's my her and our son and our daughter.
That's
They've been my main support for years. I've been with her for 10 years, known her for 19. So yeah.
that's awesome. I'm glad you guys have that relationship and you guys are happy like that. That's awesome. We love that here.
Oh yeah.
So, what what is her favorite food that you cook? I know we might have talked about this, but I want to know, like, give it a little highlight moment. What is her favorite food that you cook, do you think?
That's a good question because she always tells me that, oh my god, this is my favorite. Oh my god, this is my favorite. So I'm really not. I'm really not
All right,
sure.
we're gonna ask her here. If you're still watching, we want to know in the comments, what is your favorite dish that he makes for you?
Yeah, let's see.
I I do want to know. I do. Now show your butthole. That's what they're telling us. Good looking,
There you
brother.
go.
Do a black one. All right, we're in it to win it.
She just looked at me through the window and went, shrimp pasta.
Shrimp pasta and steak. Oh, I love that. I'm gonna bring that up here on the fucking screen real quick. Bam.
Yeah.
All right. That's good. That's good. I'm glad. What is your favorite dish to cook and why? Like why like not taste wise, like
Anything smoked.
anything smoked, like a brisket.
Don't get me started on my brisket. there's there's actually, and I'm not gonna name drop. I'm not gonna be that guy, but there's actually a restaurant here that if it would not have been for me, because I used to work for him, I used to run his smoker. I cooked all of his ribs. Nobody was complaining about his ribs while I was on that smoker. Um, they his wife did me wrong and decided to start calling me out of my name very very foully, like racial wise. Um, but the recipe for brisket is mine. And he's
Wow.
literally charging like 26 a plate for his brisket. Hold on, my wife actually just came out. She's gonna tell me. She's
Okay.
looking it up real quick. I can tell you how much he makes off of his brisket, and he's all over. Yeah, $28.99 for a brisket plate.
That's almost 30 fucking dollars.
Thank
What the
you,
hell?
thank you. And
Oh my god.
there were days that I was literally there at 4 o'clock in the morning because they also catered to one of the private schools, and I helped do all their meals along with running the smoker and other stuff in the restaurant. I, my pay
Jeez.
with what I was worth was this much. I went to step out the back door and he tried to stop me because he wasn't around, and she was like, he goes, "Well, what's going on?" I said, "Man, you need to go in there and check your wife, bro." I said, "I'm not working here anymore. I'm 110% uncomfortable here now because of what she just said to me." He's like, "Well, what'd she say?" And I told him, and she's like, "BS. I don't get that. I don't get that. That's BS." Well, one of the waitresses, which happened to be one of my neighbors, recorded it on her phone and was like, "No, look, listen." And she started playing it, and his face just like froze. He
Wow.
Yeah.
That's that's sad. That is not how you run a
No.
business at all.
Nope.
That's so terrible.
I mean,
Well, I'm so sorry you had to go through
Yeah,
that.
there's a lot of things that have led up to the point that I am in life. One main thing that it used to be hard for me to talk about, but I just talk about it openly now since I mean it's something that everybody kind of needs to know is I have epilepsy. So I have seizures real bad. Like I can't go to the gathering, I can't go to concerts. It's just like there's even certain video games I can't even play.
Oh, I completely
Yeah,
understand.
and
Trust.
I'm on disability and they have this thing called the ticket to work and they let you work 30 hours a week and that's what I was working. Well, they reevaluated me and they're like, "Oh, well you can't work at all. We're taking everything from you." And I'm like, Excuse me?"
What? Oh my God. So there's nothing that you could do to get any reimbursement or anything because of this?
They upped my payment, but it didn't go up much.
That's terrible. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
So I do what I can on the side. I would really love to be able to open my own food truck.
Of course. That sounds like a very doable
Yeah.
dream, if you can
Because
just
I'll tell you right now, if I
get
could
away
open my
from.
food truck, I'd be that food truck that went from um gather like not just the gathering, but like from big shows like from festival to festival. So like all the 420 festivals, I'd be the food truck that would be hopping from everyone.
Heck yeah. That would be awesome, and it's not something that's undoable and it's not hard to do, it's not hard to manage. It just sometimes when it comes to stuff like that, you've gotta spend money to make
Oh
money.
yeah.
You're gonna have to buy your food truck and you're gonna have to, get a little bit of the legality things and licenses figured out. But, other than that, it's not an unreachable dream or goal. That's something you could accomplish in the next couple years, really.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind my biggest goal right now is getting my high school diploma.
Okay, I
Yeah.
see.
I mean, yeah, I'm 37 years old and a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, why are you so old and don't have your high school diploma or GED?" To make a long story short, I got kicked out of high school for breaking someone's arm. Um, okay, I'll just tell you the story. I was at home. Me and my dad were sitting in the living room or sitting in the dining room, just talking, having a cup of coffee, and the quarterback from the football team decided to show up, and he was going to try and rush in my door. Well, I grabbed him by his
Oh.
wrist and grabbed the door and went like this. And
Oh.
the school tried to press charges on me for destruction of school property.
What the fuck?
The judge read the charge and froze. He goes, "Hold on, I need to make sure I'm reading
That's
this right." He
fucking
goes,
wild.
"Destruction of school property." And the kid's dad was there and looked at the judge and goes, "I don't want to press no charges either. His dumb ass deserved it."
That's fucking wild. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So they kicked me out of that school and told me I had to go to the alternative school. Like, okay, whatever. I went
Mhm.
to the alternative school all the way up until graduation, which was under the agreement that I could go back and graduate with my actual class. And I
Yes.
go in and I'm in a classroom with ninth graders. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on with this shit?
Did they flunk you?
They I go into the principal's office and they're like, "Oh, the all those credits only counted for like half of the ninth grade year." And I'm like, "Excuse you?" I was like, "Well, here's your books, bud. I'm gone. Have a nice day. I'm gonna go live life."
Jeez. Apparently we are experiencing technical issues because I have received 2 messages in my inbox saying that we're lagging, and now we have a comment saying that the lag
Yeah,
is
my wife's sitting right
bad.
here, and she said it was real laggy.
Mm,
She said there's like a 2-minute lag.
we might have to pull this off and go live again on another episode if you're interested in that, because I don't want the lag to continue as bad as it is.
Yeah,
If that's okay with you, I'm always welcome to having you come back on and talk more.
yeah,
We've been on for about 45 minutes now. Not laggy for mine. Some of the lag is terrible, some of it isn't.
that's
So
weird. Yeah, I mean we can
it is
hop off
so
and hop back on. That's fine.
um well, we'll continue for the next, I guess we could go for another 10 minutes and see how that goes. And just keep talking, or if you want to hop off right this
Oh
second,
no,
we
it's
can.
fine.
But I just don't want the lag to be too terrible. Like I said, it says some of the people it's not bad for, and then we got some people saying that it's terrible and that it's glitchy. That's what my messages say, that we got somebody that says it's really glitching right now.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah, we can come back at another time. I mean, we can continue now for a little bit and finish off.
Go ahead and say Yeah, I was gonna say go ahead and talk for a little bit. Say anything else that you want to say. And then I'll try to run my end credits to see if that'll work.
All right. I'd like to give a shout out to Zach Pacello Music. Y'all give him a listen if you don't know who he is. Gold said, "Tell him to get better service."
Tell them to get better service. I don't think it's the service. I think it's Restream,
Yeah,
honestly.
probably. Want to give a huge shout out just to all the people that hopped in. Appreciated you guys. Thanks for showing love.
Yeah. I'm on the same. See, so it's working for Gesture, but it's not working for her. So it's
Have
definitely
you
me
closed?
and my
Have you closed it?
Restream.
Yeah, she's closed it and came back in, so that's kind of weird.
Yeah, that is super, super weird. Zach is family
Yeah,
nowadays. Yeah.
family. Appreciate it, y'all. Whoop whoop. Thank you, Amanda,
Thank you
for
guys so
tuning
much.
in.
Yes. And thank you, Miss Jester's wife, Morgan. Or Megan,
Megan.
sorry, that's my blind ass. Miss Megan, thank you so much for being here and supporting. Next time we go live, you're welcome to say stuff and talk. You don't have to be shy or anything.
All right.
Definitely okay. But all right, thank you guys so much. I'm about to take us off of here and run these end credits. Hopefully it doesn't lag out a billion times. I hope everyone has a blessed night and everyone has a safe night. And I love you guys. So yes. Anything else you want to say, Mr. Jester, before we walk off here?
Man, y'all just live life to the fullest and enjoy everything. And keep your head up.
Enjoy every keep heads up.
Life rolls on
All
and
right,
good
thank
things come
you.
with time.
Good things come with time. All right,
Yeah.
guys. Peace. Pulling us off here.
Yeah, like I'm on acid and it's making me happy. Like I'm gonna keep trying to put bitches the specs on the map. Being in that metamorphosis, smoking minds for the future. The strength I had up in the past, no matter stacking knowledge up for the future. I'm computing like a CPU or CPU. Jealous places and hateful maskers, all but this is masquerades and non-grammatic, empathetic. The seeds of a muddy mess, people living for the moment, my marauder than that. Yeah, it's acid happy. God, I'm willing.
Oh my gosh. Wow.